What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Mario coming to you with another video. Here to talk about Marvel Studios' brand new The Marvels. But before we get into it, if y'all can please leave a like and subscribe, that'd mean a lot to me. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching my videos. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And now, let's get right into the video. So, The Marvels is Marvel Studios' brand new installment in this, lackluster Phase 5. And I gotta say, it was an enjoyable movie until I started thinking about it. I just want to say, first off, every character in this movie I loved. It has nothing to do with them, with the actors portraying these characters. They all did an amazing job. They all did what they could in this script. I think the best part of this movie for me was Kamala Khan. She's just a bright new addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. She reminds me a little bit, just a little bit of Spider-Man, but she has her own taste, her own flavor that she brings to this character. And also, I just love her family dynamic. It's just easily the best part of the film. And easily the worst character to me was the villain. I'm not going to sit here and try to remember her name because I don't remember the name. But to me, she's basically just like a Ronin ripoff. Nothing against the actress. It's just her character just felt like she's explaining a lot. But honestly, for what her motivation is in the story, it just feels like she's over-explaining things. Her motivation comes off from the first Captain Marvel movie. Captain Marvel sucks out the world of Hela or Hala. It's one of those two, I'm sorry. And she lived there, the villain. And so she just wants to restore her people's sun and water, basically the resources to live. And that's what she goes into other planets to get. You could just easily say, I'm just trying to restore my planet that you destroyed. And I feel like there would have been not any or much conflict because I'm sure Captain Marvel or any person would have understood, why they're doing what they're doing. Especially if Captain Marvel, aka the Annihilator, because everyone calls her that because she destroyed their planet. I'm sure she would have had some type of sympathy, but it's never really explained that simple to Captain Marvel. Some things that I really liked. I really loved the trio dynamic of Captain Marvel, Ms. Marvel, and Monica Rambeau. Honestly, just them on screen together was really, really great. And so they each had their own kind of subplots going on. Obviously, Monica hasn't seen Captain Marvel since probably the first movie. And so when they first meet, she's like, it's good to see you, but then Monica's like, that's not my name, the Captain or Lieutenant Trouble. And she's like, it's Captain Rambeau now. And she's like, oh, sorry, my bad. So there's that dynamic. And then there's also another scene with the Skrulls, how the villain destroyed the Skrull refugee, and Ms. Marvel was like, we need to save everyone. And at that point, they were already loading Skrulls up into the ships to flee. But because they were running out of time, Captain Marvel gets mad and has a tone at Ms. Marvel. And she's like, we need to save who we can. And that acting right there was executed perfectly. Just the tone, the seriousness, and Brie Larson. And then just the shock and kind of hurt of Ms. Marvel. That was really perfect, honestly, because obviously that's her hero. That's who she looks up to. That's who she loves. And for her to see not the same idealization of to save everyone, it broke her. So I wish I could have seen more or have that explored more. It's always great to see Samuel L. Jackson as well. I love his Nick Fury, and there was no mention of Secret Invasion prior to this, and I'm kind of glad because that was, it started off really well, that series, and then just took a deep dive. The CGI wasn't that bad as well. I feel like it's been better than recent films or / Disney Plus shows. But I didn't have no problem with it. Sure, there were some moments, but not enough to knock it down for me. So the CGI was a lot better. A pretty cool concept too that's also been released online, a clip, was when they all use their powers at the same time, they all switch. And so I thought that was a pretty unique concept, right? But as the movie progresses, they stop doing that. I feel like it's because they learned to kind of control it. Because there was a montage where they practiced it, them using their powers and then obviously them switching, how they would react or where they would be, where they would switch. So yeah, I felt like it wasn't bad. I just wish I kind of would have seen more of it because I thought it was pretty unique. Now I want to be one of my reviews without spoilers. So now I'm gonna go ahead and talk spoilers. So there's these two subplots that the trio have to do, and one of them is to go to this planet where all they do is talk, but in singing. They communicate by singing. Now, was it pretty unique? Yeah, sure, but I feel like it shouldn't have been there. I guess Captain Marvel went to that planet and she's like married to the prince there. And so all that they had those people there do was just give out new costumes for the Marvels. That place is all bright and it's colorful and it's the singing, it's all happy and whatnot. I don't get why they gave Captain Marvel like kind of a dark suit. Now I love that suit. It kind of reminds me of the Winter Soldier suit, just because it's more darker blue. And yeah, this is dark blue, dark red. But yeah, they gave like Captain Rambo and also Ms. Marvel like bright ass suits. And Ms. Marvel's suit I didn't really like. I really love her original suit. And then it just so happened to be where the villain would just happen to get there and get water from that planet, because like I said, she's there getting resources for her planet. I felt like you could have gone to any planet. And there was also another subplot. So everyone's at, well, sorry, not everyone. Samuel Jackson, Nick Fury, and also Kamala Khan's family are in the Sword Station, and they start seeing some eggs laid around, and people don't know what it is. People think it's like it's an enemy, it's a terrorist attack or something like that. The Sword Station is kind of going down because they were attacked by the villain, and those eggs start hatching, and right before they hatched, like minutes before, I'm like, wait, could those be gooses? Goose, the Flurkin slash cat of Captain Marvel. Yes, he was there or she was there, and laid eggs around the station, and they all hatched, and they were all baby kittens slash Flurkins. You would think the Sword Station would have a bunch of pods to escape, but no. I feel like they mentioned that they only had one. I could be wrong, but I feel like it was one or very short number, to where, like I said, I'm like, they're a station, especially in space. Shouldn't they have a lot more? But whatever. So the only thing that they had to do, or the only reasonable thing that they had to do, was that they had to have the baby kittens eat all the humans. Man, even the heroes got the kittens, and they were like pointing at the random civilians, and they're like, and the kitten would just open their mouth and just eat the person. I'm like, damn, that's pretty bad. So that they put all the kittens in the pod, in the one pod or whatever few that they had, because they're a lot smaller than people, and so yeah, once they crash down to New York, they all start throwing them up. I'm like, damn, but how do they know that they were gonna throw them up? They really didn't. One, they could have just swallowed them. I don't know. It's just, yeah, that was just kind of weird. Another thing too that I quite didn't get was the cameo of Valkyrie. Now she was actually released, I believe, in the final trailer, and yeah, I didn't understand that. I did some reading where it said, I guess Tessa Thompson and Brie Larson actually wanted, I guess, the characters to like kind of have like a romantic relationship. And so, see, I'd be all for that, but build it up, build it up, because I feel like in any movies I haven't really seen them interact other than the Avengers Endgame, where they literally had that women scene where all the women got together and went out to battle. And so that's like the only memory I have of them being together, so I haven't really seen them talk or have any type of relationship. And this happened right after the school refugee was infiltrated, was destroyed, and so Captain Marvel calls Valkyrie to take them to a new home. So Valkyrie comes with the Bifrost. So another thing, how does she have access to the Bifrost? I don't know. We don't know. So she just miraculously just comes in the Bifrost, talks to Captain Marvel, gives a hug. Like, you kind of see that tension, the looking into each other's eyes, and then Valkyrie gives her a kiss. So I see, like I said, in my head, I'm okay with that, but at least build up the relationship, because yeah, I feel like this happened out of nowhere. So at the end of the day, the heroes gotta fight the villain, the Ronin wannabe villain. And I gotta say the action was actually pretty good. It was pretty well done. And so the final battle was pretty good too. And she gets the hold of Ms. Marvel's bangle, and she opens like a portal through space. She basically does that thing that Ronan does too in the Guardians of the Galaxy, where he basically killed himself, right? And so this villain also kills herself. She gets a whole. She puts both bangles on. She has to get the sun back to her place, but she was overpowered and she just exploded and killed herself. And so she ripped a hole in space. And so what they had to do was Captain Marvel and Ms. Marvel give like it's like almost like a spur bomb kind of. They give Captain Rambeau her powers so that she can close it. She ends up going through the hole, but ends up going to the other side. Like, couldn't you have closed the hole on our side? I don't know. But she went to the other side, she closed it, and so in a way she sacrificed herself. And now she's on the other side. But now I will get into the post-credit scene. Post-credit scene, or sorry, mid-credit scene, was she wakes up and she is in, let's just say, a facility, right? She's being checked out. She opens her eyes and she sees her mom, Maria Rambeau, right there. And then who do you know just walks by? Beast. Beast from the X-Men franchise, who I must say looks good. I've seen online too, people think it's like CGI heavy, and although it kind of does look CGI heavy, it doesn't look that bad. I love the style of him. They made him more reminiscent to the 90s Beast, the 90s animated cartoon. And yeah, I thought he looked good. It sounded good. The same actor from the X-Men: The Last Stand. And yeah, like that's awesome. And then we see that the X is right behind them. And then Maria stands up and she's like, "Who are you?" To Monica. So obviously it's her mom, yes, but it's not. Because in that universe, obviously, I assume she has no kids. And also, she's in a new costume because she's a variant of Captain Marvel. And I feel like this mid-credit scene was actually pretty cool because we know the X-Men are coming. But right before the credits started rolling, there was this scene too where they go to Kate Bishop's home. You know, Kate Bishop, the girl from Hawkeye, Disney Plus show. Yeah, so they end up in her apartment. And it was well done how Kamala Khan did the whole skit of Samuel L. Jackson, or sorry, Nick Fury, of how you're part of a much larger universe. So now, they're obviously planning for an Avengers, or sorry, a young Avengers squad. And I think they also mentioned too that, hey, I think Scott Lang has a daughter, which obviously he does. So I don't know. Take all that with a grain of salt. Obviously, you guys got to make up your own opinion. Film is subjective, so y'all gotta have your thoughts if you guys plan on watching this movie, which I suggest you do because, you know, it's an okay movie. Obviously Marvel Phase 5 has been very lackluster, very very lackluster, and this is no different. I feel like it's a lot better for sure than Thor: Love and Thunder and Ant-Man Quantumania, if that persuades you to go watch it. But I think it still is. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and give this movie a 7.5 for all the reasons I just said. All film is subjective. Y'all got to watch it. And I suggest you do so that you guys can form your own opinions and own thoughts. And then you guys can come back and comment down below so we can discuss this movie. But that is it, you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, if y'all can please leave a like and subscribe, that would mean a lot to me. Thank you guys for watching and tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.